He spent the redundancy money on a skidoo. I had to rein in my instinct to ask what one of them was when it was at home, because I knew to make a fuss would lose all chance of having him change his decision. I mean, we don't get frost here. We live in a valley. Plastic bags on the delicate shrubs in sub-zero conditions every March are practically unheard of. I knew what his game was. He had a brother in Canada, see, who on more than one occasion had begged us come stay, experience how the other half live. With work, etc., it hadn't been practical, I explained in a nicely worded email. But Treb quibbled over my shoulder. He lectured me on tone. I would have said write it yourself, but I didn't trust him to have a go. He trembled with a sense of adventure. He saw himself as raw frontiersman on the range, despite never venturing, post-Cubs, much to the lakes. We lived in Preston. It was barely an hour on the bus, in the car less, and the reservoir was closer, but he didn't trust the parking situation, and he might get stung by wasps, so he stuck close to home. He read catalogues, brochures. The motorised snow vehicle, another in a long succession of crazes born of magazines. Phases went through since we married, included skateboard, Vinorama, semi-acoustic guitar, all now gathering dust in the garage where the snowshoes are. So to manage the no-return deposit on contraption that he saw on eBay, good as new, in preparation for a visit, I play it cool. I say, how interesting, when British Columbia is raised. I yawn at Winnipeg. Think, letting braise in his own juice while I prepare the potatoes. In time I hope that he'll lose interest. I remember roller skates. But I am fretting even so. If he cut the oxygen of publicity, what they crave will dim, like children showing off. If they're doing cartwheels in the garden while an urgent phone call's underway, best practice is to not respond or wave, or say come away from the cabbages. No audience, they soon get bored. There is a slight risk in the interim they might fall, children being children, break the neck, or wreck next door's vegetables, but it's small. Have faith, Bev, I tell myself. Men are, in the end, big kids. How long till it's totally diminished, though? Will an evening changing the subject suffice? How much is 10% off the full price of a state-of-the-art, all-purpose snow-traversing motorbike? Will the time he has now on his hands, because the firm's cutbacks meant dead wood first, he had ash dieback, meant more of this strange behaviour will manifest itself while he was knocking round the house? Do I need new sophisticated approach? Ditch quiet as a mouse and throw myself all in, call his bluff, announce how I bought the gloves and salopettes and ski pants. I've put money down on a Mounties hat, and I heard there are bears out there, but it hold no fears for me. I fancy a challenge. And how do you spell lumberjack? I can see his face, beaten at his own game. When I disagreed previously, he dug his heels in, as for instance when Sinclair C5s were rumoured to be making a comeback, and he sold off BT shares and waited for announcements in the press. The proceeds disappeared. Clive Sinclair was exposed in the news of the world for Playboy bunnies, allegedly, and our roof caved in. And I felt a sense of legitimacy, but just got poorer. To walk lockstep and hope when he buys the thing. There's room for a big bum on the seat beside yours, and can I have a rev on the throttle? Will a cat go in the sidecar? Might give pause for thought. I haven't tried that approach before. It might douse that initial passion, throw fire blanket over spark. But what then? A smouldering Trev is not a Trev I want. I'd rather his attempts, though half-wit and quarter-cocked, be out in the open than hidden with deviousness, in case big bad Bev thwarts them at source. Better that he dedicate his course to some off-kilter, soon-abandoned daftness, than it fester underground and like cancer show itself, eventually too late in theatrics in the middle of a restaurant. Get it in its infancy and throttle its breath there and then, and you don't end up doing CPR in the gents. I will prevail. I just have to wait and play it cool. Disperse any nervousness as I do talking to you while brushing my teeth or having a poo, with a jog of my leg. And in the bathroom so no one hears, a faint echo I presume other women know. The voices of experience talking back, confidence, inimitable, that say, "We told you so, we were right all along." We are nursemaids, ambassadors. We know what's true and what's not. Whatever you do, though, don't tell Thingamy-Bob. Let him buy the helmet, not the quad. Tighten the chin strap, gal, play it long. When he wakes up in the morning, all this nonsense will be gone.